So I want to quickly show you a few things on ChatGPT. So this is just for us to be very very careful whenever we are using ChatGPT, especially for conversations that are personal, or they might not even be personal, but of course there are some conversations that when they are out there you wouldn't like it at all. You wouldn't like it. So one of the common mistake people make using ChatGPT and some other generative AI is that they create link from their chat, and that link is what Google and some other search engine can index and then make such link available on their pages. I mean, for instance, Google page. And by doing so you have your information in the public domain, and any person can access it. So take for instance, maybe I want to have a conversation with ChatGPT about the best AI tool to use for let's say um, video editing. So let me just quickly put that as a prompt. Okay, so we have our prompt in the charts. Now I'm having some information coming up. Okay, so while this is still loading, if you come up here you will see the option to share. From here you can actually create a link for this conversation. So this conversation is now going to be like a blog post, and of course when we say blog post, a blog post we have a particular link that you can use to access that post. So while we are still waiting for this to come up, if you find value here on our channel, you can actually share it with others, and you can also subscribe so that anytime we have a new information on privacy, data protection, and online safety for you, you can easily get them. So this option has fully come up. With this option you can actually create a link for this particular post. I know quite a number of people have been doing it, maybe based on their curiosity or unknowingly, and they are not aware of the implication. The implication is what we've been talking about. Most of the time these links are being indexed, and before you know it, they are based on the domain or on the public space. So you can actually create a link, or some people have been creating a link from their chat, and that is what we want to just make a contest around. When you create a link, maybe you know it or you don't know it, merely creating a link by creating a link you have just given search engine the opportunity to index your link. And of course you know what SEO does. So before you know it, that thing is going to be on the public domain. And maybe on this note I should just quickly share that or encourage an individual not to create link from their conversation, because the implication could be that you have your chat in the public domain. So I'm not going to create a link from here. Just go back. You can also by the bottom of um, that output you can see different options, right? And you can also see this option here. In fact, here you can just share directly to um, yeah, you can share directly to social media. You have X here, LinkedIn, Reddit. I think there is also an option somewhere for a WhatsApp, or maybe that has been removed. The last time I checked it was still there. So what I'm trying to say in essence is, when you create a link or you share, in fact it's not even just about creating a link. If you have shared your conversation with a third party, probably via WhatsApp, or you create a link and you share, maybe on LinkedIn, on Reddit, on X, you are susceptible to having your information in the public domain. Meanwhile, recently, about 4 days ago, that ChatGPT was being dragged about this particular issue of privacy. They have removed a function, a feature on their application, on their web application, where you can actually search and know exactly where your conversation is sitting on the public domain. While that has been done, they claim to have removed um, personal information or the link to personal information of people on the internet. But I assure you, a report came up and showed us that about 110,000 information of people are still lying somewhere on the internet. Maybe that could be another discussion for another day. There is a particular website where we have about 946 billion web pages that are backed up, right? So some of these informations are still there. All right, so there is this particular link site, this particular link. If you load it, you notice that there are still some information on the internet that leads to people's personal information. So let's just look at let's quickly look briefly into what we have here. If you click this, it's going to actually take you to this person's personal chat with ChatGPT. Okay, so it's still loading. It used to be more than this, but what I'm just trying to establish is that there are um, ChatGPT claimed to have removed them, but we still have an evidence that thousands of these informations are still sitting somewhere. So this is somebody's chat. I will just go through. This is not my personal chat, right? This is someone's chat that is sitting on the internet. There are two that I have here currently. This one is not in English. I have run a test. I have transcribed this before, and I got to know about what this person actually is doing on the chat. So yeah, I'm not going to transcribe it here. So what we are just trying to say in essence is you supposed to have control over your personal information, right? And part of the way to do it, you can come here and delete your chat history. You can archive it, but archiving conversation is not still the best way, right? I don't want to go into the implication of that in this video, so I just want to focus on what you should do to protect yourself, especially when you're sharing information, when you're sharing details of your chat. Basically, you're not even supposed to share the conversation you're having with chat. But if you not even have to share with a particular person, don't share with link. Rather copy and paste. Don't share with link. Thank you.